latest story of the hot rod race when the Fords and the Lincoln were setting the pace. That story's true, and I'm here to say, because I was driving that Model A.
Hot Rod Lincoln. Welcome. Dirt Road Sports and Charlie Platt live coming to you. We're glad to be with you tonight. I make an apology. Floyd made an apology to it this morning, but I make an apology that they were not on live last week. It was not my fault. I had nothing to do with that. I claim no responsibility.
Let him go. Hey, let him go on. Let him go on. The Lord's hearing all this. Let him go on.
Yeah.
Keep rolling, Marvin.
We ain't bringing the Lord into this.
Yeah.
Yes,
You need to remember, Marvin, a fish wouldn't even get trouble if he keep his mouth shut. So keep on talking.
We missed being with y'all last week. We're glad you're here with us tonight, wherever you're joining us from.
And why did we miss being with them last week?
Let me finish my intro. We'll come back to that in just a little bit.
We're going to circle back.
Circle jerk. Ain't that what they call it?
No. You don't know what you're talking about now, Marvin. We won't.
I don't know.
You out of bounds now, Marvin. You're in the wrong lane now, Marvin.
All right. So anyway, we are glad that you are joining us live tonight here, all on the World Wide Web, Facebook and YouTube Live. Reach over if you're on the Facebook page. Reach over and hit the like button, hit the share button. Put our broadcast on your page. I appreciate I kind of go back and look, and many of you do that, and we appreciate y'all doing that.
Yes.
Like button, share button. Don't forget, Dirt Road Sports YouTube channel. Man, I went on, pulled on the other day. There's over 300 and something videos on that page, on our YouTube channel. 22,000 views on our YouTube page.
That's good. I think that's a lot of views. I think. I don't know.
That's higher than I can count.
Considering the majority of the people watch us on Facebook, but hey, that YouTube channel is there for archive purposes. Go back and watch it. Maybe something we said one long time ago, it just caught your mind, and you want to go back and look for that so you can rehash it and rehear it. Hey,
How you get to it?
Dirt Road Sports YouTube channel. I got a QR code. We're fixing to put out some QR codes for that. And so you'll be able to scan a QR code, go straight to our Facebook page, go straight to our YouTube channel. And man alive, can you imagine all the hours of entertainment? And you don't even have to pay a subscription like the Netflix. I mean, it's I don't know. It's a no-brainer to me. But hey, we're glad you're here. We missed last week. I will take the blame for that. I was just aggravating them. I will take the blame for it.
I was aggravated last week, but I ain't aggravated.
Yes, he was. He was aggravated last week.
just a little bit.
So you saying I can get under? I don't know. I have this way. There's a few people, like my wife's one of them. I can get under some people's skin every now and then.
You have a unique ability.
I'm like John Corleone. I insist on hearing bad news immediately. And that wasn't immediate.
You reminded me of that. You sometimes y'all you tell them I have to be rained every now and then.
Well, you do have to be reined in. And your mom and daddy has tried, but you moved off and left them. And your wife, she's tried, I reckon. I don't know. She might be going to give up on you too. But we do. We love, we family. Me and you and Charlie and Queen, we all family here. Right. And the people that watch.
They look part of our family.
They understand it.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people that were distraught last week.
Oh, I know.
Because of you.
Yeah. But hey, we're glad tonight, June the 11th, 2026. We're glad you're joining us here tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you. We look forward to the show tonight. I see you popping in, chiming in already, those of you joining us. And we want to say a great big thank you. We missed you all last week. We love you. We appreciate you. And hey, we're coming to you live tonight. Live all across the United States of America and foreign countries where we're both legal and illegal to send this broadcast. All 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and loud and proud, as always, to the great state of Baker County, Georgia. And we appreciate all of our fine friends and family up there in Baker County, Georgia. Now, we realize that our show may not be for everybody, so some of you new folks joining in tonight, coming to us from Martha's Vineyard, San Francisco, Canada, the European Union, or those countries like that, we may come across that we our values don't align with your values. So let me tell you who we are, first of all. Number one, we are common sense thinkers most of the time. We subscribe to conservative principles, Judeo Christian biblical values. We believe in the Second Amendment. We believe in loving God and loving our country. We believe in closed borders. We believe in working hard to provide for your family. We believe in doing good to other folks. Did I miss out anything?
Well, there's a lot you missed out on, but we ain't got time to
Well,
tell
man, that's what I'm saying.
about what all we stand
Yeah,
for.
but that's
they
the-
pretty much get the idea,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
You get the idea. So we want to, at the very initial part of the broadcast, we like to let you know that. So we don't want to run your blood pressure up, cause you to have a stroke, cause you to just get so angry that you just want to hurt somebody.
You know, they go out in the woods and scream.
Yeah, go out in the woods and scream, or stick your head in the toilet and scream.
Mhm.
So instead of doing that, I'm gonna give you 3 or 4 things tonight that you can do rather than watch the Dirt Road Sports and Charlie Platt live, and that way, hopefully, you'll maybe be a little bit more productive of your time. So, if your values do not line up with ours, your way of thinking doesn't line up with ours, here's some things you can do. Then watch us. Number one, why don't you go ahead right now? You got until, if you're in the Eastern time zone, you got about another hour. Go to Home Depot and spend the next hour trying to find a light bulb that you need in your house.
That you need. That's the key. That
Yeah.
you need that'll work for you.
That'll take all night.
Yeah, that'll work for you.
Or stop by the Verizon store and try to extend your contract on your cell phone. or I got a better one than that, Floyd.
Yeah.
Pick up the phone and dial the 800 number. You make sure you dial the 800 number customer service, because I want you to talk to somebody in Pakistan and try to cancel your Dish Network contract.
That's right.
Hey, now you're talking.
Yes, sir.
You nailed it.
And if none of those work, here's a good one. Instead of watching us, won't you sign up and volunteer to be a Democratic gender examiner? Anyway, but that's just a thought. Just a thought there for
Will
what
you
you.
bring it down? Let me check, see what you're quoting there.
Can you imagine being a gender
Oh,
examiner?
they got. I guarantee there's a government program for that. They get training for that.
What would they have to pay you to be a gender examiner?
Well, used to nothing.
Was that all? Was that all genders? Now, Floyd, be careful.
Any more questions, Marvin?
Well, let me rephrase the question.
And I tell you what I can do. I can find out pretty quick.
All right. Well, let me rephrase the question. What would it take now in today's society for you to be a gender examiner?
I'm too old. I'm busy.
You're booked up.
I'm booked.
Oh man! Hey guys, shout out on our ghost towns tonight. Got a new one for you tonight. Okotokonee, Georgia. Charlie.
I never heard of that. We never ran
Weasel?
wrestling over there.
Lived in Georgia my whole life.
You
I ain't
of all
never heard of
people
it.
should know this one.
I don't know it.
It was in existence from about 1000 BC. Archaeologists found evidence of indigenous people that lived there on the Lower Creek tribe in the late 1700s. It is in Clay County, Georgia, and it was dissolved in 1940s when the U.S. Corps of Army Engineers created the 46,000-acre Walter F. George Lake.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
So you probably have fished in Okotokonee, Georgia before.
Well,
You
I
might.
don't. I'm pretty sure I caught the mayor's second cousin there last time I was up there.
I got you. That is exactly where it was. Kind of unique there, Clay County, Georgia, right there in.
So you
Fort
say it is?
It was kind of
underwater.
basically absolved with water. That's what happened to it.
You know, they had a battle there way back yonder with Alabama, across the river from Alabama. Georgia was, they didn't have the money that them folks in Alabama have. They didn't have any weapons or anything. All they had was rocks, and they had the catapult things, where they. Well, the Georgia folks had to put the rocks in the catapult and boom, it threw over there, to the Alabama side. And but the Alabama folks had money, and they was way ahead of the Georgia folks. That they had Alabama folks had dynamite. They had dynamite. So they put they had dynamite. They put the dynamite in the catapult and shoot it back over on the Georgia side. Well, Georgia won the battle. They won the battle. You know how they won it?
Oh, yeah.
They take the dynamite and light it and stick it back
I gotta ask the question.
Martin opened it up for me. It's a true story. It probably Okeechobee or whatever the name was.
That's worth the show tonight, right there. Now I like that right there.
Are you saying that the residents of Clay County, Georgia, as they are today, are the relatives of the masterminds that won that war?
Yes, sir. They are. Absolutely. They won it. They won the war.
Marvin, while we're on the old stuff, put up that picture of downtown Headland, Alabama. And if anybody out there knows, this is a picture of Headland, the square area in 1905, Hog Day, on the square in downtown Headland. Now, nobody knew that posted that picture what Hog Day was all about. If you'll look, you don't see no pens of hogs anywhere. If you look, you don't see no smoke or no barbecue going on. So if anybody knows that back in 1905, what Hog Day in Headland was all about, please let us know. Even the historians would like to know.
That's pretty interesting.
That is interesting. Where'd you get that picture, Charlie? That's an interesting picture. I like that.
Friends of what's happening around Headland, Alabama. And I tell you what, if that was posted and the late T. Larry Smith did not know what Hog Day in Headland in 1905 was, it might be, but maybe somebody out there knows what Hog Day was
in Headland.
1905.
What about this one, Charlie?
Lord, my Lord, look at that.
Hey, tell me about it, Floyd.
Man, Bad Boy they were Billy Boy and Bad Boy.
That's right.
There's a black guy at the nursing home up there when I go up there to visit. He's in a wheelchair, and he calls me Billy Bad Boy. That's his nickname from me, Billy Bad Boy. But Billy Bad Boy Hines and Bad Boy Automotive, man, that goes back there, Charlie.
Jimmy Bad Boy Hines, and you can see the date he was born 27. He's actually born in Montgomery, Alabama. And we all know now that wrestling is kind of a choreographed thing between the folks in the ring putting on a show. But he got his start. He was a real show enough bad boy. He got his start working in carnivals from town to town and was one of those, as you can see, look like a fire plug, muscled up and everything. And if you could beat him, back in those days in the carnivals, they had these wrestlers that went around. And if you could pin them within 5-10 minutes, they'd give you $100. I mean, or whatever the money was back in the day. And James Elmore Hines, he passed away. He was, after he retired from wrestling, I got to work with him a couple of times in 1976 before he retired. He was an insurance agent out of Pensacola, lived in Baghdad, Florida, and had a heart attack and hit the overpass concrete on the way home and killed him.
He wasn't old. He was a young man.
Yeah, he was a young man. He's had a massive heart attack. But that some of our older audience will remember him live on Channel 4.
I remember.
And on Channel 3 out of Columbus, Georgia as well. He made the circuit, made both of those TVs.
Interesting facts. Hey, guys, we'll be right back after this message.
Sometimes you need a lawyer in your corner who ain't scared to fight. He'll defend you, don't matter if you are wrong or right. He's a South Georgia redneck with a ponytail and a law degree. With Billy Shingler as your lawyer, you will always be found not guilty. Just looking at Billy Shingler makes that DA weak. He'll mumble and fumble and be scared to speak. He'll shout, "Your Honor, I surrender, cause I know when I'm beat." Call Billy Shingler when the man has got them cuffs on tight. He'll fuss and cuss and slash and bun, shake his fist and holler, "I'm in your corner, let's fight, fight, fight."
Shingler Law, Donaldsonville, Georgia, 229-524-1225. Hey, got quite a few pictures from the Professor of Produce I need to share this week. Since we wasn't on last week because of Floyd, Charlie, and Queasel, I got a few things I wanted. They didn't get.
Yeah, now go ahead.
You know, I can tell you how we can fix that, Marvin.
Yeah.
You know how we can fix that. And Floyd and Charlie, y'all join in with me. Tell me what you think. If you would take the three of us to these conclaves that you go to, pay our way, and feed us a good meal, we'll go with you, and then we can do the show from wherever you at. We can do it live out there with all your constituents out there and do the show.
Yeah, you need to let me take that before the Lord and see what He says, and I'll get back to you.
Whoa! I thought you said the Lord wasn't in on this deal tonight.
Well, He wasn't in on the initial part of it, but then He come in on it. Y'all, let me move on. Y'all box me in here. Pickle Produce, Professor of Produce, Charles Pickle. That's some spaghetti they cook. I'm gonna run through this.
They brought me. That's my plate. They brought it to me the other night. They know I'm a senior citizen living alone, unable to see after myself sometimes, but they brought that
Look
to my
at
house.
And you can't buy friends like that.
No, that's the thing they can't buy.
Look right here. Look at this, man. You reckon they ain't been busy?
That's what I'm talking about.
Look right here. Look at there. Look at here. And look what he cooked. Look right here. I mean, this is random stuff, but they got something going on always out there. Look at that, Queasel.
I know. So hold it right there just a minute. He sent me that picture, and I forgot to text back to him. He sent it to me, and he know that we can't grow tomatoes, so he gave me his secret recipe for growing tomatoes. Now, my tomatoes don't look like that, but let me tell you something. For the first time in about 5 years, this past Saturday, we had hamburgers with fresh tomatoes. We are growing tomatoes and eating tomatoes. Now tell me if the Professor of Produce can get me and my wife where we can grow a tomato and you can eat it, he knows what he's doing. That secret weapon works. Now they ain't near as pretty as them, but we got red tomatoes in the garden. How about that?
Look at this one. Whole dill pickles put up right there. And then that on the side is gator tail bites, and that's not French fries. That's cut up shoestring squash, like French fries, but it's squash.
How about that?
And gator tail bites. Love them whole dill pickles. Grandma Belle, she used to make them like that.
My wife made a batch of them week before last.
Yep. Strong right there, son. All that produced. That's 2 weeks of dump pictures.
Go ahead. You mentioned your Grandma Belle. Keep rolling.
I'm talking.
I got something.
But anyway, they don't. He never stops out there. Never stops.
And you know what? You can call him and ask him anything you want to ask him, and he got an answer for it if it's got to do with produce.
Got an answer for you right there.
He Platt got one.
Y'all see that right there?
What is it?
Tomatoes.
Marvin gave me that 5 or 6 or 7 years ago. How long has your grandma been gone?
They died in 2018.
2018. So, all right. So it's
8 years.
8
years.
He gave me that right there.
Probably
Marvin
2
gave me that.
years.
He said, I got something for you. I've had it in my refrigerator here in my office for 8 or 10 years, and there it is right there. This is how you survive, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That's how you survive, like the pickles are doing, putting up those green beans in those jars. That right there is a Armageddon food.
Yeah. People like Bell and Doodle and Charles and Pam and even Sonny Boy and his wife, over the years, people like that. How many, in Miller County alone, how many quarts?
Ain't no telling.
Oh, boy.
Hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands of them.
Aunt Nez and Shuggy and all of them. I mean, your grandma.
Yeah. My wife, we had two. She had 2 canners going out there wide open.
Wow.
Fast as we
You
could
show that right there to somebody in Martha's Vineyard, they freak. They have no idea what it was.
No idea.
They have no clue what it was,
No
what
idea.
the jar was, or what was in the jar,
Yep.
or what it took to put it up. They have no clue.
Yeah.
You know, here's the deal about stuff like this. This brings me up to the thought about what I want to share with y'all just for a moment, if I may. You know, the Democrats, the Muslims, reprobates, illegal aliens, and communists, they've taken over our country. See, this stuff like this right here is unimportant to them. This means nothing. They want to do away with this kind of stuff. They're taking over our country while we are at work.
Yeah.
They're doing this. But this right here is that's a lost art right there.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Later, you can still open that up right there and make you some tomato gravy out of that right there. That will be some kind of fine stuff.
Speaking of tomatoes, there's a nice one too.
That's the mayor brought me that one today. Y'all
That's
know
a pretty one right there.
the mayor of Carver, Georgia, that tomato right there.
The honorable mayor.
He got some tutoring from the professor of produce. He didn't do this on his own. Now I have no input in this whatsoever. But he did. The mayor, he said, "I got something for you, Floyd," and brought that to him. Look at that,
Pretty.
fresh can.
But people from Martha's Vineyard would think you had bought that from a grocery store or that.
Yeah.
They can't imagine a person growing it or putting it up.
They would have no idea what the professor of produce is tomato plants standing there, what they represented. They have no idea. That's the people that want to put us out of business.
I'll never forget my cousin got married to a guy from South Florida one time, and the whole family come up here, and all they wanted to know was, where are the trees with the peanuts on them?
That's them.
Yep.
Where are the peanut trees? But anyway, hey, we'll be right back. Don't leave. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
And just like that, I'm back to loving life again.
Just like that, we are back for our 6th season at the Peach Depot, located on Highway 84 in Iron City, inside an 1890s train depot. It is our goal to provide you with the freshest local produce and other goodies that you will love. Come in and enjoy our homemade peach and strawberry ice cream, boiled peanuts, jellies, local honey, and of course, our delicious peaches. Peas, butter beans, and field corn will be available soon. Find us on Facebook at The Peach Depot and stay up to date with what we have in store every week. We are The Peach Depot, your local, family, historic produce market.
Hey, Floyd mentioned a while ago about the Muslims. I'm going to show you, this was posted today. This is the Prime Minister of Spain. Prime Minister of Spain. He said anyone who insults the Prophet Muhammad or the Islamic religion will face a prison sentence of 5 years.
Oh, boy.
Just wait. Just wait. It's on its way over here, brother.
It's in Canada already, and Europe is already taken over with it. But what you reckon he's got one of those same sayings for Jesus Christ?
Jesus don't count. No man. Jesus ain't that what they say? Yeah. No. False. That's him. Mohammed. And all these weird people are enamored with Mohammed. Y'all gonna get you a dose of Mohammed, and you're gonna find out what Mohammed stands for.
Let's let them enjoy the limelight now, cause a little later on down the road we're gonna get to enjoy.
That's it.
We're gonna see who gets the last laugh.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
That's a good point there, Queez.
Very good point.
Yeah, really good point. Hey, I got something we're gonna share here tonight. This is going way back in the archives here. Charlie, you're going to recognize who this gentleman is at the very beginning. I'm going to try to get it. I'm having to do it a little differently on the video, but you'll recognize it in just a moment. And I want to, we'll talk about it when we come back. This is Floyd's wife, Nadine, from many years ago.
About it, and then we go on inside and go through a scene.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Swamp Gravy is the official folk life play of Georgia. It is based on the true stories of Miller County, and it is performed by local people. We performed Swamp Gravy in Cotton Hall, which is where we are now. Cotton Hall is a 70-year-old cotton warehouse, which was purchased for Swamp Gravy by benefactor Newton Allen. Swamp Gravy is sponsored by the Cockwood Miller Arts Council, and our spring season begins March 17th, and we run every weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through April 8th, which is the Mayhaw Festival. We will do 2 performances during Mayhaw Festival weekend, Friday night at 7:30 and Saturday night at 7:30. We would like to encourage you to call and reserve your tickets in advance for
Good video right there. Days gone by.
Yep.
You recognized the man on there, didn't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Brought back memories. I tell you.
Well, let me share this with you too. We'll come back and talk about the video. The guy that is on the radio. That it plays Elvis over there. In Dover.
Jerome Jackson.
Jerome, he posted some pictures the other day that I stole off of his page. He mentioned you in it, mentioned Gene Reagan and all that. But I want you to look at this is the old WTVY studio that they were in. This is what it looks like now out in Webb.
Yeah, the whole roof is gone right there in the studio part. Ron Fuller and I went out there and taped some stuff about 5-6 years ago for a historic thing for WTVY. It was sad to see. That old building was in bad shape when I was in it in 1980, 79 through 88. It was in bad shape then.
Because y'all actually had y'all wrestled out there as well.
Oh yeah. Mr. Woods never was known for doing things maybe proper, and when the old flat roof would start leaking, he'd get them to come up there and put another coat of tar on the roof. And on a day like today, when it hit 95, I have been sitting in my office out there and start smelling something and looking, and a black substance was coming down the wall that was the tar on the roof.
It was just sealing good. That's all.
Yeah.
What year probably would that video have been? 93? 92?
93. Well, no, we was in Cotton Hall. I noticed, I saw that, the bureau. It would have been about 1996, 97, somewhere along in there. I found that video, and actually, they more to it than that. Gene actually interviewing her and talking to her, and you could see Gene and hear Gene, but that would have been about 1996 when Gene came over, and Gene was actually from around Blakely, I think, around Hintown or something. Wasn't he, Charlie?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What year did he go off? That was toward the end of his career, wasn't it?
1998 is when he. They ran him out in 1998, and that's what happened, Gene. He got he was no longer significant in some bankers' eyes and things like that because agriculture had times had changed. In that noon farm report, when it got to where you could take your phone and get all the information, boom, boom, boom. The wives didn't cook anymore because they were out working a job to pay for the insurance for the farming family. And there was no more going home and watching Gene Reagan noon farm show. It just, it kind of went by the wayside because of the changing times and technology.
Do you know how many hours I spent as a young'un at my grandma's during the summer? It'd be Price is Right, and then The Young and the Restless, and then the Gene Reagan Farm Show.
You had to watch Gene Reagan. My dad I'd be wanting to lay up in the bed and sleep. Yeah. But the first thing he do is crank that dang thing up on channel 4 every morning about 5:30, 6 o'clock, whenever Gene come on. Dun, 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 dun,
That's it.
dun, 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 dun. I knew that was Gene. I had to get up. I couldn't stay there.
All right, Floyd, you, my hero. Let me see how good your brain is on this. What kind of music do you think that was? Where did that intro come from? What artist might have recorded that?
I know. You got me on
It
that
was
one.
a John Philip Sousa
John Phil,
march,
yeah, a march. Yep, that was
Wow.
right. Yeah, I remember
and
that.
that
Because I
they
was in the
got
band
that.
and we played that thing. That's
Huh.
right.
Th-
It
My
was.
there
wife
was an
would know that.
album that
Yeah.
that came off of, and when the tape would break on that intro thing, they'd have to get that album back out and re-record that for the production.
That was
John
his
Philip
thing.
Sousa, and also off the same record was the theme song for Gulf Coast Championship Wrestling. You remember when it came on? It was music,
Uh-huh.
and on the live
How
studio
about
wrestling.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all stay with us. We'll be right back.
In Southwest Georgia, quality still means something. At Sowega Meat Company, we're proud to bring you the best, from pasture to plate. Step inside our 11,100 square foot USDA inspected processing facility, where tradition meets precision, and every cut is handled with care. Whether you need custom butchering, premium cuts for your table, or fresh, locally sourced specialty groceries, we've got you covered. 2 convenient locations to serve you: 1699 Highway 27 North in Colquitt, Georgia, and 17965 US Highway 431 South in Headland, Alabama. Because around here, we don't just sell meat, we deliver quality you can trust and flavor you can taste. Call 229-758-8600 or visit SowegaMeatCompany.com. Sowega Meat Company, rooted in tradition, cut above the rest.
Y'all be sure to go visit our sponsors. Let them know you heard about them right here on the show. We appreciate them and appreciate you all supporting them as well.
Can I take a little quick story here? I saw you bring that up with Gene Reagan, and today I was looking on Facebook, and they were congratulating a young lady from Enterprise being elected to a state office of the FFA convention that's going on right now at Auburn. And after Gene retired, uh, and I think this was even after I forgot I was off TV. No, it was before that. Gene called me and said, "Would you?" He was retired from Channel 4, and Gene called me and said, "Would you ride with me up to Auburn such and such a date? I got something I need to do up there." I said, "Okay." Didn't tell me what it was. We get up there, and it's the FFA convention, and they're inducting Gene in the FFA Auburn University Walk or Hall of Fame. I forget, Wall of Fame, whatever it is. I didn't know that was going on.
There you go.
And when I got up there, I found out with 2 minutes before I walked out on stage in front of 700 kids with FFA state convention that I was going to be the one that put Gene in and gave the kids an introduction to what Gene Reagan was. Well, I guess the good Lord was with me because it reminded me that in 1968, when the men went to the moon, I can remember, and probably Queasel can probably remember a little bit younger than me, when they rolled them TVs into our classrooms, old black and white tube TVs, where we could watch the landing on the moon. You remember it, Queasel?
I remember watching him land somewhere, but I don't know that it was on the
Well,
moon. But I
I
seen him
forget
land
that.
somewhere.
Any,
Landed out in the desert somewhere. My granny
anyway,
said.
I told those kids, if you want to know how important this man is, and this is the truth, it got around 12 noon, and all of a sudden, Channel 4 cut away from the moon landing coverage, and there's Gene They, these boys are going to the moon, but right now your ag report, your market reports, and the ag weather, they broke away for 30 minutes of Gene Reagan at dinner time. And I told them kids, I said, if that ain't important, I don't know what it is.
You right, brother.
I remember it, Charlie. You exactly right. They come rolling them old that
Yeah.
you described it perfectly. They rolled it in there, and I didn't no more believe it then I believe it now. So I don't care. They put
Oh,
what they want to
I
put
did.
up there.
Hey, we had a viewer send in some pictures a while ago. Y'all know Roger Buck Davis. This was his third grade class right here.
Wow.
Third grade class. I have no idea who that teacher is. Floyd, you may. Is that Miss Cero Everson?
Could be Cero Everson. She got a little short woman. Miss Cero was a little short woman.
Yeah.
It ain't Lou Wealthy Phillips. That's Miss Cero, I believe.
Yeah.
Cero Everson.
Roger Buck, if you watching, let us know. And then he sent this one in. I want y'all to see if y'all know who these two are.
Know that one.
I don't know them.
Uh-uh.
You know that on the left.
You do?
I do. I know who he is, and McQueen knows him. He's eaten so many mullet that he
Well, now,
can
that
deliver.
ain't who he. That ain't
That
who
ain't
Buck
who he
said
said it
is.
was. Oh man, he what's he? Buck's off his medication now.
The one on the right is
Ruby Phillip. I mean
no,
Ruby
no,
Kelly.
No. It looks like Miss Ruby Kelly,
Yeah, it does.
but it's the sheriff's wife, Tab.
Miss Hattie.
Yeah, Miss Hattie Tab, and that's Felix Jr.
That ain't no more Felix Jr. Tab. That I'm Felix Jr.
I'm just
Tab.
telling you.
That is Harry Warren.
Okay, well maybe I bet you it is. Maybe he sent me that, and it said Felix Jr.'s mama, and he didn't put a caption with that.
That's Harry Warren.
I can tell now. I see you right.
Don't argue with me about stuff like that, Bobby. You know better than that.
So that's Miss Hattie Tab,
Yeah.
and Harry Warren.
Harry Warren.
Okay, yeah, that
Number one, let me tell you, Felix Jr. would not have on no shirt like that.
What kind of shirt would he have on?
He would not have that kind of shirt on. He would have a shirt on that his mama had starched and ironed for him with a button-down collar and all that. He would not. That would not be Felix Jr.
Yeah.
Felix ironed his own shirt.
He don't know what an iron is.
I'm gonna get to it. Buck just sent this again. Look at this. Guess who that woman is? You ain't gonna believe it.
Well, I will if you'll tell me.
You living in her house right now.
Arlie Williams.
That's it.
Get out of here.
What he said.
I
Arlie.
know a little short woman. That's her, Miss Arlie. Daggone show is.
Yeah,
It is. I can see
I'm
Miss
living in
Arlie
her
there.
house, and her and her husband, J.D. Williams,
that's it.
built in 1967.
I can
Yeah.
see that.
Have mercy.
Miss Arlie.
Ain't that so? Look at the little boy squatting down there. Look at how everybody just happy as they can be. Look at that. Now, what you would do if you had a picture now of a class like that, they'd be shooting gang signs.
Yeah.
They didn't know what a gang
They wouldn't have no
was.
gang.
Pink, purple hair.
Good night. You know, man, that was the glory days right
It
there.
was.
The glory days.
I'll go back to that Harry Williams.
How's Harry Warren?
I mean, Harry Warren. You said Felix wouldn't have worn a
He
shirt.
wear no shirt like that. No.
Oh, Lord. They ain't
And he never would have been smiling like that, for one thing. He'd be serious.
oh, Lord.
Wouldn't he, Queasy? He'd be
He
serious.
would. But now, look here. Miss Hattie didn't play now.
She didn't play, no.
Oh, no. Miss Hattie didn't play. You didn't have to worry about the jail. Miss Hattie was in charge of the jail. The sheriff wasn't over there. Miss Hattie run that jail. And she didn't play.
Sheriff was he was gone a lot of time out investigating a lot of time. He wasn't there.
Did
And she cooked them meals. Yeah, you know,
Feed
she
'em.
cooked hot meal. And you had to come down them stairs down there to get them, and she'd open that door and set them up there on the. She didn't play, Miss Hattie. She wasn't scared of nobody, none of them special.
Hey, y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Oak Pond Nursery and LAE Farms are proud sponsors of dirt road sports in our local community. At Oak Pond Nursery, we are dedicated to helping your landscape thrive all year long. Located at 3796 Travelers Rest Road in Newton, Georgia, we are your premier wholesale destination. Whether you're looking to re-landscape your home or business, or you just want to introduce some simple, beautiful elements to your yard, we've got something for everyone. Our incredible availability and selection features liners, perennials, annuals, hanging baskets, shrubs, as well as a wide variety of trees. And yes, we even sell blueberry plants, so you can take a piece of the harvest home with you. So come see us, because at Oak Pond Nursery, when it's not blueberry season at LAE Farms, it's always plant season. We hope to see you soon.
So hey, ain't got to be blueberries in season. All you got to do is
My yard's full of plants from Oak Grove,
That's it.
Oak
Don't
Pond Nursery.
man, they
Full
got any
of
kind of thing up. If you grow
weasel,
it, they got it.
full of plants from Oak Pond Nursery up in Newton, Georgia. They grow them here. Now these plants are not grown in Wisconsin and shipped down here.
That's
They're
right.
grown here, and they're acclimated to our environment and to our climate, if you will. Now you can go to some of these other big box stores and buy this stuff, and ain't no telling where it come from. It might have come out of South America or somewhere. This over here, Oak Pond Nursery, right up here in Newton, Georgia.
supporting Georgia grown.
Baker County, if you will, Georgia.
Charlie, Dr. Hotzog told me and Cindy one day, we were talking about buying, some plants, and he said one of the biggest mistakes you could ever do is go to some big box store like what Floyd was talking about and buy, we were specifically talking about Satsuma, but he was talking about any fruit tree that you go there that when you buy them that they're not going to survive. They're only going to make fruit 2 to 3 years, and then from then on, they're just going to be a shade. He said, if you want a plant, whatever kind of plant it is, you got to go to a local established nursery, just like Oak Pond, just like what Flora just said, and get something that's grown in the region and will grow. And that's one of the smartest men I ever met, Dr. Hotzog. Now he knows about a plant.
We just had another picture sent in from a viewer. Floyd, you got any idea who that is?
That's me in the middle there.
That ain't you in the middle there.
Oh, that is.
It was sent in by one of our faithful viewers at the round table, Don Lane. That is Mr. Bob
Tab. That's him. That's
just
Bob
passed
Tab.
away. They buried him this past week.
Yep.
He died. And that was, he said it was about 1964, and that his sister Nell and her daughter. And then the bald-headed one is Rhonda.
That one down there is Rhonda, and that's Russ.
Yep.
That's Russ, yeah.
That was her sister Nell and her daughter.
That
And
was
that was
it.
Bob Tab, and he passed away this week, and they buried him. And that was Miss Rhonda's daddy.
I'll tell you something about a man in the middle right there. He jarred the ground when he walked by. You knew he walked by. But he was a great guy. I remember him well. I remember when Russ and Rhonda was that age right there. He married Bob married a lady out there from Bellevue, and I remember Russ and Rhonda, and they were running around everywhere. Ain't that something?
Me and Russ the same age.
What a great picture.
That was a good one. Thank you, Don. Appreciate you sending that in. Prayers and thoughts with y'all's family this
We love
week.
people like we love interact with us.
Yeah,
there you go.
Interact with us.
As long as it ain't X-rated, we'll put it up. Show it to everybody.
None of my folks ain't gonna send in nothing like that. Marvin, where's your mind at, Marvin?
Marvin would.
My folks don't send in no pornography or nothing like that. Man, please.
Anyway,
you need to focus.
All right, I'm going to focus. Y'all stay with us. We'll be right back. I'm going to a commercial.
Looking to buy or sell quality cattle with folks you can trust? Head on over to Seminole Livestock Auction, located on Highway 91 North in Donaldsonville, Georgia. Every Monday at 12 noon, buyers and sellers come together for a fast-paced, dependable cattle sale you can count on. Whether you're moving a few head or managing a larger operation, Seminole Livestock Auction delivers a fair market value and a smooth professional experience every time. With years of experience and a reputation built on honesty and service, this is where the Wiregrass area does business. Have cattle to sell or questions about the market? Call Gerald Mock today at 229-524-2305 and let him take care of your cattle sales needs. Seminole Livestock Auction, Highway 91, Donaldsonville, sale every Monday at noon. Be there.
You need to do that.
Hey, y'all looking for something cute, custom, and full of Southern charm? You've got to check out Southern Hissy Fits right on the square in Colquitt. From custom embroidery, personalized t-shirts, to stylish tumblers, unique gifts, soy candles, jewelry, custom wreath sashes, custom barred quilts, and boutique apparel. Southern Hissy Fits has a little bit of everything with a whole lot of personality. Need something custom for your business, team, or special occasion? They've got you covered with quality work and hometown service you can count on. Stop by and see them at 209 West College Street in Colquitt, or give them a call at 229-308-3360. And be sure to catch Trivia Time on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, sponsored proudly by Southern Hissy Fits. Southern Hissy Fits, where your style comes with a little Southern attitude.
Hey, and don't forget Southern Hissy Fits, our sponsor of the Trivia Time, which we're about to go to. And hey, those things that she flashed up there, she does those by hand. Barn quilts, they call them. They're painted. Beautiful. Beautiful. Call her. Hey, she'll paint you one. She'll paint you one if she's got a few up there that are available. But if you want one custom done, she'll be glad to do it. All right, here's our trivia question for tonight. Our trivia question for tonight. Who are these two young superstars? Who are these two young superstars? Trivia time here on Dirt Road Sports and Charlie Platt Live, brought to us by Southern Hissy Fits on the square in Colquitt, Georgia. If you'll put it in the Facebook comments, I'm looking for who these two young superstars are. All right, Queasel, Charlie, y'all got any ideas?
Queasel's out.
I'm out. I fold.
What you mean you out?
We fold. We ain't playing this poker game. We ain't got no cards to play with. Don't you know what's going on?
You ain't got no pocket aces.
We ain't even got a dead gum two deuce. We ain't got nothing.
Who are these two young superstars right here?
Yeah, describe that right, Queasel.
I pretty much hit it right on the head, brother. I don't have a clue.
Oh, he's
Daniel, we ain't nobody hitting on that, but I'll throw it back up there too. I like hard ones.
Oh yeah, that you done good. And I'm getting Marvin did this one on his own. This is strictly Marvin. I had nothing to do with it.
And I didn't get too far off out in left field with it.
No, that's not left field, there, Marvin. I'll let you know when it's left field.
You always
I'll
do.
let you know when you are in somebody else's lane.
He pretty much stays in somebody else's lane.
causing one wreck after another. Go ahead.
All right, who is it, y'all? Who is it? There you go. Susie Stinson got it out of the gate.
She wins that woman, if she knows what's going on.
Bill, you had the first one, but you were too late. It was Elvis Presley and Dolly Parton. Elvis Presley and Dolly Parton.
Now, how would we know that that's who that is?
Well, please.
How did Susie Stinson know it?
He should have said this is before the one on the left dyed his hair black and the one on the right started wearing a blonde wig. Then we might have been able to deal with that.
See, hey, but look, I didn't have to do that. Look, Susie Stinson got it. Susie, I'll get you a hat or something. Or if you come by Hissy Fits in Colquitt, stop by, tell Vicki what you want. She'll give it to you right there at Hissy Fits. Just let me know. I could either get it to you, or if you want to stop by next time you're in Colquitt and pick it up right there out of the gate. Look at that. I mean, she got it out of the gate. Elvis Presley and Dolly Parton. I thought I had them tonight.
Didn't have them.
We got some smart viewers.
You know, your brain is what do you call it? It's like it. My friend Ed Lexie told me this. He said you have what's called a reticular system, and I said, "What is that, Lexie?" He said it's like a net in your head, in your brain, and he said it catches like a fish net catches fish. It catches information. And it retains information until he said, now your reticular system will get too big sometimes, and it has to expel information. I'm experiencing a lot of that myself. About reticular system expelling information, but I still know I still remember being a gender examiner. But anyway, and that's what your reticular system is. So Miss Stimson has a fabulous reticular system.
Have you ever known folks that didn't have much of a reticular system?
They were not born with a net. They were not. They were born with. They weren't even born with a limb line.
I fit to say if they were born with it,
they weren't born. They might have been born with a string with a hook.
No triple hook on it.
It didn't have a bobby pin. It had a straight pin turned up like that. That's what they were born. But people you have a net that you retain your stuff. But I've known folks like that. Have y'all known folks like that? That didn't know anything about anything.
That's what I was gonna say. If some of the folks I know are born with a net, it had a hole in it.
Game warden done pulled the net. The net was gone.
Speaking of game wardens, we got on the phone with us right now KWG Plumbing LLC. Kenneth Wayne Garney, master licensed in Alabama and Georgia. 229-220-6694. Hey, if you ain't flowing, he'll get you going. All your plumbing needs, call our friend Brother Wayne. Brother Wayne, good to talk to you today.
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Y'all must have known the game warden pulled me over this weekend.
No, we didn't know about it. Did he pull you over?
Yeah, I was fishing over there in Abbeville, up in a creek off of the lake, and he gave me a warning, praise the Lord, and he educated me that now in the state of Alabama, non-residents and residents has to have a boater education license to boat in the state of Alabama.
Wow.
In their waters. But everything worked out, and we talked about plumbing for about an hour after he gave me an educational course. But
well, speaking of plumbing, I see your picture here of where you're keeping your dog cool while you're working.
Yeah, that's the supervisor. I mean, he got the best job on the whole place.
Yeah.
He got people that bring him his water and bring him his food and put him in front of a fan, and all he got to do is just sit there and look around.
Mercy. Hey, tell me, now this was from last week because we wasn't on, but you sent a picture with a cooler full of red bellies. Tell us about them.
Yes, sir. Them come down from Lake Seminole at what we call Cypress Pond. Put in at Cypress Pond and fished around. It looks like a bunch, but there's only about 25 in there, and it took us 4 hours to catch them just trolling from spot to spot. But them some of the biggest fish that we've ever seen out of Lake Seminole. Serious business. I mean, a fisherman would tell a lie, but them some of the biggest ones we ever seen come out of Seminole.
Looks like was this week when Preston was fishing?
Yes, sir. That's about an hour before the game warden got us.
Oh yeah.
And luckily we was under the limit. Of course he wanted to see the fish and the fire extinguisher and the whistle and the throat cushion and everything. But Preston's allergic to fish, bless his heart, and peanuts.
Oh.
So he don't fish much as me and Audrey does, but me and him found a brim bed right there on that seawall, and we done pretty good. That's the first time me and him's been together fishing in probably 5 or 6 years. So that was some good from the sunshine.
That is good stuff right there. Good stuff. Yes, How about leaving us with some words of wisdom, brother?
Yes, sir. Well, before I get started on that, I want to share y'all struck a nerve when y'all mentioned Gene Reagan. That is my kinfolks by marriage.
Oh.
My stepdad and step uncle and all are Reagans out in the Mayhaw community, and my grandmother, which was a Reagan, and she would tell me stories about Gene, and she said he would come by back in the day, and they would talk about the news and talk about farming, and my stepdaddy would give him a fishing report and this and that and the other. And when he passed away, I didn't know it, and it showed up in the paper, and then she told me stories and stories and stories. But it kind of struck a nerve with me tonight that, I'm kin to Gene Reagan through marriage. So that was pretty awesome to hear that name come up.
Yes, sir.
And, I always say keep a smile on your face and, share stories with your children. Dads out there that's listening, share stories with them about your past, about the good times, the bad times, and share stories with them about how you made it through the bad times, because eventually one day in their adult life, they're going to come across a hard time, and they need to know how to work through it. And if we don't explain it to them and set the example, what are they going to do? They're going to fail, and sometimes if you trip and fall, you just got to get up and do it again, just keep smiling through the pain. And I appreciate y'all sharing my ads.
God bless you, brother. We look forward to seeing you next week here on
Next week, yes, sir. We're going offshore Saturday and Sunday, so I should have some saltwater fish next week.
Yes, sir. Look
Good
forward
deal.
to it. God bless you. Have a good week.
All right, over
G
now.
Plumbing LLC, our fine sponsor here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt.
If you're all mixed up about the body that you're in, there's a man down south that'll change you from a rooster to a hen. They call him Castrating Carl because that's his trade. It won't take him long when he opens up his blade. He'll slice and dice, and in a minute he'll be done. You'll be a tranny, but you'll never be a granny. And your daddy will never have to call you son. Castrating Carl, the man with the plan. He's from Bascom, where you don't have to ask him, are you a woman or a man? He'll slice and dice, and in a minute he'll be done. You'll be a tranny, but you'll never be a granny. And your daddy will never have to call you son.
Hey, don't forget about Custom Cattle Services. Carl Cressman, our buddy in
Bascom,
where you don't have to ask him, Florida. We lost Charlie there. I don't know what happened. I brought him off, and then I don't know. I don't know what happened. Maybe he'll come back. There's look who just trying to add him. I don't know what's going on. Jerry Smith joined us. You know Jerry Smith, Mexico.
Ask Jerry Smith who the picture was.
I don't. Yeah, Jerry, was that Harry that we put up there a while ago? Kenneth Holt joining us from Jake and Stevie Donnelly from Patmos. Yeah. Bill Hornsby, if you will.
At the round table.
Yeah. That's him. All right, let's see where we got him. I don't know what's going on with Charlie. It's black. Every time I try to pull him in here.
His system
Somebody lit a stick of that dynamite and shot it back over at Charlie.
Do you like that, Queen?
I like that. That was good to me. I'm going to get some mileage out of that.
There's Brooks Carter joining us from Cuba, Georgia.
I know Brooks.
Cuba, Georgia. I don't know what's going on with Charlie.
It don't matter. He'll be back.
Well, anyway, we got to get Quizzle. You coming up next? So, you want to get ready? I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna play your ad here, and then we'll be coming on with Quizzles.
Mornings at the station start right on the square in Colquitt, Georgia. Open Monday through Friday from 6 to 10 a.m. It's your go-to spot for a fresh, hot breakfast and a friendly face to start your day. Then, when the day rolls on, head on down to Bainbridge and follow the smoke to J3 Barbecue, where it's more than just a meal. It's the art of turning strangers into friends by treating them like family. At J3, you'll find slow-cooked barbecue done right, homemade ice cream, and serious flavor in every bite. Family-owned, with a true family atmosphere, where every guest is welcome like one of their own. Dine in, carry out, or let J3 handle your catering, because great food brings people together. So start your morning at the station in Colquitt and end your day at J3 Barbecue in Bainbridge. Good food, good people. 2 stops, 1 unforgettable experience. The station and J3 Barbecue are the proud sponsor of Q-Tips with Queasel.
So, I seen that old station ad, and I worked on a lot of cars right there at that place right there over the years, and kind of got a tip. I don't know if it's really a tip or if it's just something maybe to just a good reminder for all of you people out there. And I've been out of it for a while, so I don't know if the problem is still as big now as it once was, but when you go to the doctor and you don't feel good, you go to the doctor and check in there and all. And the first thing the doctor's gonna do is he's got to figure out what's wrong with you, and diagnose what your problem is. And so nowadays they call that in the mechanic business they call that diagnostic, and they got a diagnostic charge. And even before I got out of it, they had diagnostic charts where you would start at point A and go down to point B and check this and check that and go on till you figured out what was wrong with it. We always referred to it as figuring out what was wrong with it because that's what the problem was. Something wasn't right. And so, in all the years that I worked on cars, now not all of my customers, don't please, I ain't talking about all of them, but there was a few. One of them would be a member of the broadcast team here tonight that we're talking about. They would be one of those that was at, and he fit into this category. And I'm not going to tell you who it is now, but you'll know by the time I get through the end of the story. But there's some people. No matter what you fix on a car, they gonna tear something else up. And you might be one of those people. I don't know, but I had and listen. If you would pay me, you was a good friend because I love you to tear stuff up. That mean I could go fix it again. But there's some people that no matter what you fix, they gonna tear up something else up. They might not tear up what you fix, but they gonna tear something else up. So what I come to find out and figure out over my years of, if you want to say diagnostics, or if you want to say figuring out what's wrong with it, and especially in the case of a member of maybe of our broadcast crew here that is bringing the show, there was one thread, common thread that run through the whole thing, and this is the tip that I want you to get. A lot of those customers who I was talking about, they were special, but those customers had one common thread, and I found out that you could make one adjustment and you could fix it. Just one adjustment. And the problem that I finally diagnosed, and that I finally figured out what was wrong with people, that was causing 99% of their problems, was that there was a loose nut behind the wheel. So I'm gonna let y'all figure out who that was in this broadcast crew. I'm not gonna say who it was, but it wasn't Charlie, and it wasn't
Wasn't
Floyd.
there?
And I'm just gonna.
That leaves a broad
But
spectrum.
but would that not be a accurate description?
I can neither confirm nor deny those comments that you have
But
made.
Floyd, you and Charlie, y'all can relate as fast as you fix something, and it wasn't just the person that I'm referring to, but you've seen people. Whatever you do, they gonna tear something else up, and
Mm-hmm.
that's just kind of the way it was. So my tip was, and my tip to you tonight is evaluate what you're complaining about before you think that there's a problem that needs to be fixed, and you might be surprised what you find.
All right. I have confirmed from the man himself that was Harry Warren in the picture.
You don't have to tell me.
You already knew that.
Yeah, but Harry Warren himself confirmed it. And look who's just joining, my cousin, Arleta McCann Henry, joining us live tonight.
She is.
Yes,
folks.
Yeah, she was Farrell Henry, her husband, and my grandma was first cousins.
He's everybody.
Aunt Ludy and my grandma, Mama Margie, my great grandma, Mama Margie, was sisters.
Wow,
and Frank Gray was their brother.
Well, let me. Are you kin to Floyd?
Everybody.
Huh?
Are you kin to Floyd?
All right.
He ain't kin to me.
I know
I'm on this side of the creek. He's up on the other side of the creek.
I paid that $19.95 for that Ancestry.com. I made sure he wasn't kin to me. So
Yeah, I was kin to cousin Arlie Williams. We was kin on the Hornsby side.
You claiming kin to the Hornsby?
Ever Hornsby. Mel Middleton was my great grandfather.
I was kin to Arlie's husband, J.D., on the Rawls side.
I ain't kin to them.
I know you ain't. You kin to the Hornsby. I'm kin to the Rawls.
Yes, Levon. Farrell Henry from Albany. That's my kin folks. My great grandma and his mama was sisters, and so I'm kin to Arlita and
Arlita's mama, she was my first grade teacher.
Miss Gracie McCann.
Miss Gracie.
She was Gracie. She was.
I ain't kin to them.
I know, but I'm thinking about it.
What was Miss Gracie's maiden name? Yeah, I don't know. Good woman.
Oh man, what you talking about? The best teacher. She loved
classy woman, real classy.
I remember we had a Christmas tree in the first grade down up underneath the school, down there, up underneath the classroom on a dugout down there. And I was leaning back in my chair and I fell back over the Christmas tree and I broke some of the lights. Man, I ain't never seen a Christmas tree before. I didn't even hardly know what electricity was until I went to school and broke some of the lights. She said, "Don't worry about it. There ain't no problem. We got it fixed. There ain't no problem." Oh, I might have been squalling, carrying on something. I don't know.
Were you mischievous?
Who? No, I wasn't mischievous. I just fell over in my chair,
See, people like me like that, they think mischievous. It's just a...
No, you would have dived into the Christmas tree. I fell into accidentally.
You think I'd have died?
You'd have dove in, you run into it. I don't know if you'd have dove or not, but you would have found a way to knock the Christmas tree over.
He would have done more.
My father-in-law says, like when we go in a store, he said I'm a bull in a china shop.
That's it.
That's a good.
That's a
very
good
good. Yeah.
Well, y'all all didn't have to agree there. Levon Nichols, yes, he was a great coach, and that was him and W.T. Henry were brothers. Former headmaster at Deerfield Windsor School, and
so I want to go back though, Marvin. I'd like to clear something up, and but when you have that bull in that china shop syndrome, does it bother you?
Have you ever known of it to bother me or much ever?
I was just asking. I was just going to see if you.
I mean, y'all tell me I ain't got much shame, so.
No, you don't have much. You have none.
None. Zero.
Yeah, none. No shame.
Hey, I get it honestly. I mean, it's in my DNA. In my DNA. Hey, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Looking for great food, a welcoming atmosphere, and a place that just feels like home? Come on down to TK's Bar and Grill in Colquitt, Georgia, right there at 571 North Cuthbert Street. TK's is serving up fresh, flavorful meals that keep folks coming back again and again. Whether you're stopping in for a quick lunch or sitting down to unwind with friends over supper, you'll taste the difference in every bite. We're open Monday through Friday for lunch and Wednesday through Friday for supper. Call ahead and we'll have it ready for you at 229-254-7850. TK's Bar and Grill. Great food, great atmosphere, and a great experience right here in good old Colquitt.
Hey, Marvin, hold on for
Yes,
you
sir.
go to preaching. Have you been out there to TK's and ate any of them fried green beans they got?
No, are they good?
Ooh, they battered them things up and fry them. Man, what are you talking about?
I believe I probably could eat some of
I
these.
could eat some of them.
Yeah.
That's good.
I took some green beans over here one night for you at Queasel, I think. Green beans and that salmon steak.
That's right.
Until y'all, stopped coming. But I thought they were pretty good. Did you enjoy those green beans that night, Queasel?
I enjoyed it very much, and if you cook them again, I'll start back coming.
And you got a legitimate reason, Queasel. But,
Roger Buck just texted and said Miss Gracie was a cook.
That's exactly right. Exactly.
Yep, Miss Gracie was a cook.
Yep.
So,
Sure was.
Anyway.
Kin to everybody.
Yeah. Hey, it's time for Marv's Minute in the Word this week. Hebrews chapter 3, verse 12 says, "Take care, brethren, that there not be in any one of you an evil, unbelieving heart that falls away from the living God." What happens is sometimes we allow our hearts to get hardened, but it doesn't happen overnight. It's kind of like putting a frog into um, a boiling pot of water. If you put a frog in water and you turn up the heat slowly, it'll cook itself. And if you throw it in boiling water, it'll jump out. But sometimes we allow our hearts to get hardened by that. And the lives especially the world we live in today, man, it can cause even a person that trusts in the Lord, it can cause their heart to get hardened. And before we realize it, the Lord's been crowded out of our heart. So as our spiritual life weakens, habits like devotion and worship fall away, and our heart becomes self focused and less sensitive to the voice of God. You see, the Lord wants us to have a heart that can hear Him, but when we allow it to become hardened, then sometimes we can't hear the voice of the Lord, and that's when we become the most vulnerable. Scripture warns us that even sincere believers are susceptible to that gradual hardening. But when we have honest repentance and renewed devotion to God, our heart can be made soft again. I'm glad God can take even the hardest of hearts and soften them as we return to Him in worship and prayer and being sensitive to His Spirit. That has been Marv's Minute in the Word for this week.
Brothers and sisters, Reverend Pencil Johnson here. Have you priced a funeral lately? They ain't no cheap one. You would have to pawn the title to your Cadillac just to pay for the casket. But if you will, allow me to tell you how the dirt road sports can ease your burden. Get on the telephone right now. Dial 1-800-ASHES to ASHES to order your own personal cremation burn barrel. $99.99 cash or $9.99 per month for 18 months on the installment plan. Hey, your only other expense will be to pay the preacher.
Oh, what can we say? We ain't got no big funeral bill to pay. It's all good 'cause Uncle Harvey didn't have no money anyway. Well, it's all over, said and done. No more sad words to be spoken, 'cause Uncle Harvey is no longer with us. He's done gone up in smoking. We put Uncle Harvey in a burning drum of fire. Uncle Harvey was demised, so the flames went higher. Oh, death, where is thy sting? Uncle Harvey was dead, so he didn't feel a thing.
Remember that we had any inquiries into a franchise?
Yeah, we've had some letters written, and they want us to, look at the legal. We got to get legal counsel involved.
We need to get a involved in that.
So are we accepting dealerships?
Yeah, dealerships, franchises,
exclusive.
Exclusive
territory.
rights.
We'll give you on your own territory.
Yeah,
if you want.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're still working on it. They hadn't finished, but they're getting that barrel for the extra large.
Well, I tell you, my friend Wayne Ducha up there, he said he had some old 500-gallon diesel fuel tanks up there that he used that we.
That's a Pencil Johnson size.
Mine can use. I said, well, we'll take a look at it, Wayne. Anyway, Gooch is always on the cutting edge and stuff like that.
That's it. He's cutting edge.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, it's time for Floyd's Frolicking, brought to us by Berry Hill Auctioneers. Our friend, our confidant, been with us since day one, Mr. T.C. Berry Hill, proprietor in general of Berry Hill Auctioneers and the sponsor in exclusivity and perpetuity of Dirt Road Sports and Charlie Platt Live.
Y'all know a lot of folks out there watching this probably they go to church. They churched people, if you will. And you know, there's difference in churches. You know that probably difference in churches. There's difference in the way preachers present themselves and the delivery of the preachers.
Yes, sir.
And the difference in the congregation of the people, and that's fine. That's what you know. They're worshiping the Lord. That's the main thing. But if I may, some things that you do not need to do in church.
Oh boy.
There's some things you do not need to do. If you're going to go to church, and I encourage each and every one of our viewers to go to the church of your choice. But, you know, there's other people that go to church too. You know, they sit in there and they in there, you know, to receive the message, if you will. What is the thing? If you have if you have an active bladder, and if you're suffering from IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, do not sit in the middle of the pew in the middle of the church. Because a pain is going to hit you. And then you got to get up. And then you got to walk by all of these people that's sitting there on each one of the other side of you. Because you sitting in the middle of the pew. You got to walk. They got their pocketbook and they sit there. And some of them, Lord have mercy, they got to move around to the side and let you by. And there you are. You especially if you have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. You put yourself. I'm just telling you to please be courteous of the other church members. You know, go sit back there by where the bathroom is, closest to it, the closest you can get to the bathroom. I know everybody can't see you back there, but let me tell you, everybody gonna see you when you get up and you grab and you grabbing your brushes and trying to undo your belt while you coming down out of that pew. That's gonna be a distraction.
Yeah,
See, the preacher can't. It's hard for the preacher to overcome that. So that's just one thing. Here's another thing. If you go to church, if you got young ones and you can't do nothing with them at home, do not bring them unruly young ones to church and drop them off. Whether it be, do I get an amen from anybody in the internet land? And especially, do not bring them young ones. You can't do nothing with them at home, but you go drop them off at Bible school. And you gonna leave, and you gonna leave them little hoodlums there at Bible school. It ain't Bible school no more. That ain't Bible school no more. It's a juvenile detention center. It's what it is. So do not leave your youngins there. And if you, let's say, and ushers are great people to have at church. Men's, they always men's at the ushers, you know. If you can't walk and you can't hold the offering plate, do not be a volunteer to be an usher. 'Cause it ain't gonna be cool for you to be an usher. Go, you get out there and your feet and your legs go numb with you, and you standing there with an offering plate full of money, and you fall over in the aisle with the offering plate, and money scatters everywhere. I commend you on your enthusiasm and your it's like what do you call it, Bobby? When you minister to other people, what is it's called something? It's mission work. It's a mission. Do not volunteer to be an usher if you cannot walk. So go somewhere and sit down.
Can you imagine what that'd do to me if an usher fell and money went everywhere?
The
The service would be over.
The service would be over with. So I'm just telling you, I'm just giving y'all some things to remember. Do not do. And another thing, I'm just giving y'all advice. Is what I'm doing. This is Lord, what you got? The reflections. I'm just reflecting on things. And never, ever let a one-armed barber give you a haircut. Because there ain't but one way he gonna cut your hair. He gonna cut it all off. He gonna be laying in the floor, and you gonna have a buzz cut. That's about. Oh, and here's one other thing. Here's the one, if I may. If I may. Lyrics that you will never hear in a rap song.
I want to hear this one.
Yeah.
This is good.
That's what it is. Hello, darling. You'll never hear that in a rap song. You'll never hear that. Another one is, when a man loves a woman. You won't hear that in no rap song. Here's another you will not hear. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. Never hear that. Last but not least, you'll never hear these lyrics in a rap song. I fooled around and fell in love. There you have it. Floyd done.
There ain't no one.
That's
Oh,
probably the
man.
most accurate thing Floyd have ever said right there.
Yeah. That's good information for everyone to learn from. All right, Kelly Crop Insurance, Colquitt, Georgia. Thank you, folks, for being with us every Thursday night and what you do for folks in agriculture throughout Southwest Georgia. Look at here. If you like me and maybe a heart patient with a little COPD, you might want to stay in the house tomorrow and Saturday because the heat is on and we could see, let me say that, could see some heat indices of up to 105. Now, that's pretty tough on well folks. But if you know, in the elderly group, as a lot of us are, be careful out there. We got a good chance of rain coming back to us and we get to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and on into the first part and actually the mid part of the week. We want to say thank you for all the rain, good Lord, we have seen. That has helped. We're in need of some more, and another good round of rain will be just about right coming in here on Sunday and lasting through most of the week next week. And
Charlie, I wanted to say this. I saw a graphic today that showed Southeast Alabama, Southwest Georgia next week could get up to 5 inches of rain.
That's right. That's right. The aquifer has come up a little bit, certain locations more than others. But I've noticed a couple of ponds around here that was almost dry. And about 6 days after that long period of rain, all of a sudden, they're gaining ground and it's not raining. So the aquifers are doing better. Springs are running again in some places. We just need a lot more of it. Another little thing I want to say, the media this day and time, I think most of us that hang around here on Thursday night know we don't have much of a media to deal with anymore as far as news. But the big news over here, in addition to maybe two folks getting killed in shootings and stuff like that, a bear was seen today in a neighborhood in Hartford, Alabama. A lot of folks just, oh my goodness, a bear, a bear. This is the time of year they kind of migrate to the north. And I've seen them back in my days doing TV with Jack Wingate, swimming across Lake Seminole there at 10 Mile Steel, Queasel, and
Mm-hmm.
heading on up to Iron City, places like that. Uh, and it's they do that. Alligators get a little cranky around mating season, which is going on during the month of June. So wildlife is something we have to deal with. The more we build, the more we do, the more we encroach on their area. Another shark attack this last week down in Panama City in the bay. They're there. So are the alligators in the river and the lake. Just know it when you get in there and deal with it if you have to, but they are there. Thank you, folks. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in on Thursday nights or whenever you get to watch the foolishness that we do. Uh, and we hope you have a great week. Pray for this nation. Pray for our leaders. A lot happening, folks. Floyd put it best a little bit earlier. And it's the war is between good and evil. We know at the end of the book who wins, but we're having to put up with a lot of stuff that some of us might even term as crap right now from some of these groups that Floyd talked about. Be particular in noting what your surroundings are and who you're dealing with. And there are a lot of influences that are coming over several different ways on social media. Just know that God is in control, and we're going to have to live through some pretty tough times, it looks like. So pray for one another and pray for this nation. Queasel?
Thank you, Charlie. You kind of led me into where I wanted to go today. I had a meeting this morning in Statesboro, Georgia, and we have a member on the board that I'm on that is a retired colonel out of the Army and also a retired GBI agent. One of the most knowledgeable, most patriotic uh, men I have ever met in my life. He's one of those people, as Floyd described earlier, that when he walks, it jars the ground. He just to be around him, you feel it. And so this morning, they asked him, the chair asked him to, or asked him last week to prepare a sort of a like a devotion, a patriotic devotion today. And so he told a story about and I can't remember it, but it was about a particular uh, battle in the Revolutionary War where there was a church that got together and prayed, and our guys didn't have any of the supplies they needed. They didn't have anything, and it was almost like they were barehanded, freezing cold. Didn't have any boots. Didn't have anything. And there was a church that started praying, and they just prayed constantly, and the gist of it is, and I don't have time to go through all of it, was eventually, very quickly, eventually, every need that our little old Revolutionary Army needed got met. Everything they needed, and where it come from, and all. He explained all of it. But his point was that from the beginning of this great nation that we live in, the United States of America, from the very beginning, we depended on God for everything that we needed. We depended on Him for everything. And now we have gotten to a point, not only do we not depend on Him for anything, we don't even want to be around Him or to allow anybody to even bring up His name. And that's where the disconnect is we no longer fear God. We no longer depend on God. We're smarter than God. We if God made us a man, we could make ourselves a woman, or vice versa, or whatever it is, or we could be a butterfly, I guess, or whatever it is. That's how smart we are. God does not mean anything to the majority of the United States anymore. And until we ever get back to the point to, like he said today, to where we depend on God for everything. And the second thing that he asked us to do was we all are, and this morning we had to do it. Uh, when we say the Pledge of Allegiance, we all, throw our hand over our heart, stand up and say, I pledge allegiance to the flag, go. He said, this time, he said, just like each one of us got sworn in at the oath, he said, at the beginning of the oath, they tell you to raise your hand and repeat your name. And he said, today, I want us that we stand and say, I and your name, and then do the Pledge of Allegiance, because he said that gives you skin in the game. He said, when you put your name in there, you think about all the men and women who has fought for this nation. Just a little patriotic thing. It might not sound like anything now, but it was a moving moment in that meeting to see a room full of people stand up and all the names get set out at one time. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. When you state your name in there, it gives it some meaning. Listen, we got a lot of problems, but we still have been the greatest nation there is in the world. We still got a lot of problems, but we serve the most powerful and the greatest God, the only God that there's ever been. And so let's be thankful for that. When you see one of these veterans that we're talking about, where they're in an active military, tell them thank you. Any first responder, law enforcement agency, anybody in the public safety business, you see them, thank them, because a lot of times that's all they get. They're the folks that run into what everybody else runs away from. Tell them we appreciate them. Love y'all. Thank y'all for letting us in. Floyd?
Thank you, Tweezers. Thank you, Charlie. Good being with y'all again. We've enjoyed it again. We had a good time with y'all. Hope y'all had a good time. Nothing but the truth from these rednecks with the class that y'all looking at here. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Hope everything goes good for you this coming weekend. Ask the good Lord every day when you get up. Say, good Lord, first thing they do is thank Him. Thank Him for you waking up and you knowing who you are and where you are. If you got a roof over your head and you're sleeping in a good clean bed, thank Him for that. And then the next thing you do, you need to ask God. Say, God, here's what I want you to do. I want you to be with me today. I want you to guide my actions, my thoughts, and my speech all day today. I want you to be with me and conduct me in a way that is pleasing to you. And if you'll do that, your day will go a heap better. Good night, y'all. We love y'all.
Hey, we love you. Appreciate you every week joining us. These guys there's been a resonance tonight in everything that's been said in closing. We serve a God that is good. There's an old song back in the 1980s when my grandma got me into gospel music, the group called the Lesters. The chorus went a little bit like this. Ain't God good to give us so many blessings undeserving? That's what we are. We ought to thank Him, love and praise Him a little more today and a whole lot more tomorrow. That's what we challenge you to do. We love you. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll be right back here next week, same place, same time, for more Dirt Road Sports and Charlie Platt Live. But until then, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter who you do it with, and most especially, if you have a small bladder and IBS and sit in the middle of the church, be particular. Love y'all.
Good night.